Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is the Cleveland Museum of Art, Poetic Tour, Part 7. An elaborate vase and floral design in gold ground, 1750 to 1800, India. Look now, Mughal. Opaque watercolor with gold on paper. What a beautiful vase of flowers, just bursting with color. Pink, red, yellow, green, and blue. Even though this painting is more than 200 years old, it looks like it could be new. The 8 Immortals of the Wine Cup, later 1700s, Soga Shohaku, Japan, 1730 to 1781. Pair of 6-fold screens. This painting is based on an 8th century poem about 8 colleagues, scholars who sought release from their governmental duties and fled the capital for the countryside. There they engaged in eccentric behavior and adventurous creative work, all fueled by copious amounts of wine. They really had a wild ride. Literary gathering, 16th century Korea, Joseon period, Yi dynasty, 1392 to 1910, hanging scroll with calligraphy. This scene depicts a gathering of cabinet members. They seem like a happy family. At the bottom is a poem to express literati respect for high spirituality. Painting Party, 1880, Kawanabe, Kyosai, Japan, 1831 to 1889, Hanging Scroll. This painting depicts shogakai, a gathering of painters creating artwork in response to requests from the patron. It's a cheerful atmosphere. The folks are having plenty of fun. Amusements at the Golden Pavilion and Kitano Shrine, 1635 to 1665, Edo period, Japan, 1615 to 1868. Part of a 6-panel folding screens, ink, color, and gold, and silver leaf on paper. The Golden Pavilion is a Zen temple in northern Kyoto, whose top 2 floors are completely covered in gold leaf. Wow, these folks certainly are having a good time. They don't have a beef. Horse races at Kamo, 1634, Edo period, Japan, 1615 to 1868. Sliding door panels, remounted as a pair of 6-panel screens, ink, color, and gold on gilded paper. Ah, the Kamo Shrine. Every year on May 5th since the 800s, the annual horse race. The entire populace is there, seeking diversions and revelries. One can see the joy on their face. India, provincial, Mughal, Lucknow, 18th century. Princess and attendant, in trompe l'oeil window C, circa 1760. Color on paper. For 200 years, the Muslim minority ruled the Hindu majority in India. That meant the political rule of Muhammad in the land of Krishna. Invocation to Love, Jean-Honoré Fragonard, France, 1752 to 1806. Brush and brown wash over graphite, over squaring in graphite. In this garden scene, a woman pleads for help from Eros, the god of love. Helping lovers is his job. It's what he's in charge of. Actaeon, 1925, Paul Manship, United States, 1885 to 1966, gilt bronze. Actaeon was out hunting when he saw the beautiful Artemis naked, bathing in the woods. He stopped and stared at her beauty. Artemis was upset. She turned Actaeon into a deer. His own dogs tore him to pieces and he died. a tragic tale from ancient Greek mythology. Mother and child figure, late 1800s to early 1900s, Central Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo, Yombe, carved and painted wood. This mother seems to be having a tough time, perhaps enduring hardship. She has a gaunt expression on her face. Well, life is challenging as we fight our battles and struggle to finish the race. Totem, Bagabacham, Alunga Kota, 2018. Hervé Yombi, Cameroon, Central Africa, born 1973. Wood, beads, glue, and silicone mastic. Here's some fine art from modern Cameroon in Central Africa. The artist, Hervé Yombi, worked really hard. He must have had plenty of stamina. The Lock at Pontoise, oil on canvas, 1872, Camille Pissarro, France, 1830 to 1903. Pissarro lived in Pontoise, a village north of Paris, France, for 10 years. There he worked with Edgar Degas, Mary Cassatt, and Paul Cézanne. What a talented group of artists! What a clan! Self-portrait, 1857, Edgar Degas, France, 1834 to 1917. Etching and dry point. Edgar Degas was a French artist famous for his work depicting the subject of dance. This self-portrait is powerful, intense, and engaging, and might lead one to enter into a trance. Odilon Redon, France, 1840 to 1916. Orpheus, pastel painted after 1913. In this creation, Redon portrays the head of Orpheus, the ancient Greek god of music. Many would applaud this mark of respect, enjoying melodious sounds which are truly therapeutic. Pair of evening shoes, 1923, Herman Delman, United States, New York, leather, silk, and satin. Herman Delman was the great showman of the New York footwear industry. He targeted the wealthy socialites and those who were considered a celebrity. Evening dress, 1925, France, yellow silk chiffon with gilt thread. Well, for the ladies, it's really importante to be wearing a nice dress. Otherwise, folks might say, golly gee whiz, you look like a mess. The Swimmer, 1974, Alex Katz, United States, born 1927. Aqua tint German etching paper. Alex Katz is an American figurative artist, known for his paintings, sculptures, and prints. He is represented by numerous galleries internationally. His father lost a factory he owned in Russia because of the Communist Revolution. Alex grew up in Brooklyn, New York, in a Jewish family. Twilight of the Idols, Fetish 3, 2015. Kendall Gears, South Africa, born 1968. Chevron tape on lost object and nails. This compelling work recalls the fierce-looking Nkisi Nkondo, the power figure the Congo people in Africa used as a protective totem to ward off malevolent spirits, prevent or cure illness, or to administer retributive justice. To quote William Shakespeare, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Was it ever thus?" In a Room, 1946, Anne Ryan, United States, 1889 to 1954, woodcut. Anne Ryan was a part of the early generation of New York School abstract expressionist artists. She became dedicated to collage. This involves discrete images packed together in an extremely small space, like in this piece. Whoa, What a barrage! Circus 2, 1950. Laterio Calapai, United States, 1902 to 1993. Engraving and etching. Laterio Calapai's parents were immigrants from Sicily, Italy. He grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. Though his family was not materially wealthy, Laterio had a childhood rich in the pleasures of music, poetry, and art. How beautiful! What a wonderful way to start! Hevajra, circa 1200, Cambodia, Southeast Asia. The reign of Jayavarman VII, bronze. Hevajra was an important figure signaling the practice of Buddhist rituals. King Jayavarman VII set up a colossal stone sculpture of a dancing Hevajra at the east gate at the ancient Cambodian Khmer Empire capital at Angkor. Buddhism appealed to many people who were tired of worldly life and wanted something more. Colossal head of a deva, circa 1200 Cambodia. Reign of Jayavarman VII, sandstone. Devas and asuras represent the good and evil forces which fight for control of every human being. If we cooperate with the devas, it will be good for our well-being. Head of Lokshvara, late 1100s to the early 1200s, Cambodia. Reign of Jayavarman VII, sandstone. Lokshvara persevered on the spiritual path and in the practice of yoga meditation. He achieved final victory, samadhi bliss, union with God, the funeral of all sorrows, ever new joy, on the road to soul liberation. The Cleveland Museum of Art, what a wonderful place and a real treasure here in Cleveland, Ohio, USA. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History, with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. So far we've made 593 history videos in 7 areas: world history, American history, book reviews, poetic tours, Cleveland baseball, family history, and autobiography. You also might consider checking out our podcast, Adventures in History. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.